about changing locations and shit. Man, into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way, I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love. You know that I.
Yeah, it's goddess. And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and LandLord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo. We stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running, what you thought we bleed that? It's only one team over here, this Cowboys, believe that. Yeah, this you got is the poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and LandLord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out. They don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC4L.
31 teams in the NFL. His system is designed to stop 25 teams.
Shit, I need a linebacker that's over 200 pounds. I need a defensive tackle that you got to pull away from the buffet. He's gone, so no.
Let's talk about that.
But yeah, that's a large part. That's a large part of your
I gotta
team.
make this point because I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about it until you mentioned it. So I gotta get this out before it flees me, and the nation needs to hear this.
And we are live. And listen, man, this is Cowboys Convos, where we have conversations about the Dallas Cowboys, man. I'm Henny DeMoore, and this embodied voice that you hear is LandLord from Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
what's
indeed,
happening?
Man. So listen, man, there's a lot that's happening, actually. The Dallas Cowboys are actually moving with some urgency. You ever played a video game? You ever played a video game and you fought the boss and you thought you beat that motherfucker? Then they got a second stage and his health bar go back up and shit.
Yeah, and your shit almost on E. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they done whooped your ass the entire fight. Now you gotta fight them niggas again. They healthy. Well,
yeah, you got a quarter of an energy bar. Yeah,
yeah, that's exactly what the Dallas Cowboy coaching search is right now. That bitch is in round 2. They actually bringing people in now. No, it got a new level, and folks are actually in the building. And my boy said, listen, so salute to everybody checking on me. He said, how was the doctor's office? The doctor visit was cool, man. They said I need to lose about 20 pounds. But outside of that, did some blood work, gave some urine. Should know some more later on, but I'm Gucci, though. I appreciate everybody for asking and checking on your boy, but I'm good. I'm good. You know, just making sure I'm in good enough health to be here cussing niggas out for the next 40 years. That's all.
Yes, sir. You
Yes,
gotta
indeed.
be. That's what that's your calling right now.
That's my calling. You know, I think the Lord put me here to cuss you niggas out on this show. That's what I'm here for. Yep. But yeah, man. But, you know, we got our first contestant in round 2. And listen, Stephen Jones wasn't lying. Like there was a report floating around, like, "Hey, we're gonna do some in-person interviews. You know, this ain't it. We're gonna go over this with a fine-tooth comb." And they said they will be doing cut downs. Right? They said they will be doing cut downs. They said Gannon invited to the Star next week. Per Todd Archer. What the fuck? Hell nah. Let me go look at this shit right now. Oh no, God no.
We gotta call them all kind of stupids and all kind of shit to let them know how upset about it we are.
Hold on, let me go find Todd Archer shit. Oh shit, I see
What?
it. Damn, he made it. He survived.
That's sad.
We gonna have to be loud as fuck about this shit, dog. We gonna have to be loud as fuck about this shit. I'm gonna add this into the show. But I'm happy to see that Daronte Jones was the first name I heard. Daronte deserves an opportunity. You know, what him and Brian Flores were able to do with the Minnesota Vikings. You know, that was a damn good defense, man. That was a damn good defense. So what I need y'all to do, man, because we can't go out sad, man. We got to drag them for even bringing this nigga onto the premises. The fact that they are even willing to bring his ass in, we got to shame them. Public shame works. You may not know this, but when you shame people, that shit works.
It does. I think we should bring back shame. You know, people ain't ashamed of nothing no more.
Yeah, they ain't ashamed
I
of
think
shit.
that's true.
Yeah. So we gotta bring back public shame for these niggas. Hold on, I'm gonna get this shit loaded in. It just look wonky right now because I'm trying to get it right. So y'all bear with me.
Absolutely. But this says a lot, man. Somebody who hasn't even been good in recent years is making it to the next step. That shows me that it's some level of favoritism in there. Or nepotism, or homeboyism or some shit. You know, put an ism on that thing. It's something that we can't put a stamp on that's getting him ahead of some of these other qualified guys like Jim Schwartz and Brian Flores, people that we ain't even called or people that we ain't even pulled in for a cup of coffee yet. So that's alarming.
Now, what I will say is this. Jonathan Gannon might be the bait and switch nigga.
What you mean by that? Explain.
They might, cause listen, if I told you, you know, that you possibly had AIDS or you possibly had, you know, herpes, you know, neither one is good. But if you go and find out, hey man, it's just herpes, and you not finna die, you gotta take this shit for the rest of your life, you will feel a little bit better. It might be some bullshit, but you know, that's not you know, it's not the worst thing that could have happened. Like, Jonathan Gannon is so bad that if you do a bait and switch with him and, you know, somebody like Jim Leonhard, you feel like you done, you know, hit the damn lottery. You know what I'm saying? Or you do a bait and switch with him and, you know, like a Jeff Ulbrich, you feel like you done hit the lottery. Like, oh, anybody but Jonathan Gannon. Like, he might be the bait and switch nigga.
True. That could be it. Hopefully that's what it is. Like, they give you an option that's so bad that you be relieved that it's not that option. So you will just be ecstatic about somebody who wasn't your top candidate. Yeah.
And listen, I'm not saying that's what they doing, but that is a tactic to get over with a fan base and a market and a brand.
Yeah. See, I could have gave you this. You better be happy. You know what I'm saying? One of them.
Yeah. Definitely. Cause think about it. We were so desperate at one point for wide receiver, we accepted cricket jumping, flying body catcher, you know, Brandon Cooks out the gate. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy to see people that's not associated with us go ahead and tell the truth about Brandon Cooks. Did you see Brandon LandLord post that?
What he said? Talking the body catcher.
Yeah, he was like, he got the longest career ever for a body catcher or something. Like, I'm like, oh, so now y'all want to be truthful about him when he leave Dallas. Okay. But when Lance said it, I was a hater. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no Gannon. Listen, fuck everything we doing, man. Fuck everything. I need y'all to stop. Listen, jump off the show if you got to for a second. Go on X, Twitter, whatever it is, and y'all tag the Dallas Cowboys and say no Jonathan Gannon. No Jonathan Gannon. Just like y'all be doing swiper, no swiping. No Jonathan Gannon. Matter of fact, I might just put no Jonathan Gannon on in posts on this bitch the entire time we on stream, dog. That's how important this shit is. We can't let them listen. We can't let them fuck up Dak last year's with us, bro.
Yeah, buddy. That's exactly what'll be going on. But I told you, this is we have a very limited room for error. I'm gonna tell you that. Your offense so good, you might have a little leeway, but if you're trying to compete on a championship level, your margin of error is very slim. That's just the reality of the situation, man. And we don't have time for something to be something that you have to project. We need somebody to hit the ground running, man. It is a critical time for the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm. Also, as Todd Archer pointed out, this is another caveat. For anybody, I just seen that. I'm glad that you said it. You beat me to it. Todd Archer basically just said they are waiting on the Broncos to lose to do an in-person with Leonard. Yes, because you can't. Because you can't until then. They're still playing. He's in the postseason. He ain't got time to bring his ass to Dallas. Hold on, man. Boss calling.
It's illegal.
You want a link, nigga? Shit, I'm gonna send you a link, man. And after you get your barbecue, you can put your face on this motherfucker. It don't matter. That's fine. Landlord ain't got his face on here either. We don't care. Bet. Oh, salute to Red Mask too, man, for the liquor store payment. Thank you for the cash app, my brother. And y'all remember,
Absolutely.
If you pay, we will stay. So let me send boss. Yeah. Hey, let me send boss this, and I want you to cook, landlord, while I do this, man. Give me your thought process on this shit.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's one of those situations that you described. Well, they just trying to put the guy that they actually want on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? By creating that bait and switch, like you were saying, man. Because I don't even understand how Gannon is even a top candidate. Like, and y'all know I'm trying to hold shotty feet to the fire, but that dude screams Jerry. Like, if you look at the patterns, because now you got to catch a trend. All the other candidates, they don't have the same type of resume that Gannon got. Like, it's a whole different thing. Like, these other guys have excelled in their areas. Like Jim Leonhard, they've been balling out over there in Denver. If you look at the guy from the Eagles, the Christian Parker dude, he been great. He developed all pros at his DB position. So, and then you look at the other guy we was just talking about, Daronte. The Vikings defense and defensive backs been playing great football.
And we don't know them
you
niggas.
Look at this, what I'm saying, and you look at Jonathan Gannon, his resume looks terrible, even in the recent years. Even what he did with a Super Bowl team, like his defense was still bad. So like, I don't want nothing to do with that, and I'm not trying to rehabilitate somebody like that. Jerry, you can build somebody that's coming up instead of somebody who's been down and coming back up. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You could be the guy who saw it in Daronte, Jared. You could be the guy who saw it in him, or you could have been the guy that said, "Hey, Alpha Morris ain't done yet. He got this and that." You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to hear some of these qualified candidates opposed to what's going on, bro.
Man, salute the boss in the building, man. How you making it, brother?
Salute.
Oh man, I'm happy and mad
At the same damn time, me too.
at the same damn time, bro.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me put us on this different screen, though, man. Hold on. Because I got this mug all over the place. Let me put you right here. There we go. All right, man. Go ahead, man. Tell me what's on your heart and your mind, cuz.
I mean, this DC fight like fighting racism, bro. It's like, damn, when it's gonna stop? You know what I mean? It's like,
We not
damn,
going back.
man,
Shout
we
out to
not going
King G
back.
on my side. Go ahead.
It's like, man, it's like it's a never ending fight. You hear the great news, obviously, of Daronte getting called in for in person interview, which matches everything we've all been saying that Shotty been high on the Minnesota boys. He want that multiple system. He was impressed with how they schemed him. And then you got Gannon coming here who's clearly Evil Flus 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Literally.
just literally, and it's super scary and annoying. And it goes to say we've been warning y'all that it's a silent civil war, and people treat us like we just some YouTube wannabe talking asses. And it's like if you can't see it from this, uh, you
Ain't
just
that
ain't
enough
gonna.
to say?
Yeah, it's so obvious.
And this is the last report that we got from Todd Archer. Because they also said the Dallas Cowboys would not be able to have an in-person interview with Jim. You know they always throw Jim in. But Jim cannot come in for an in-person interview until they lose in the postseason or if they make it to the Super Bowl. He can come in during the bye.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's pretty obvious, and I know Jim is a front office guy. I showed this yesterday. All you got to do is go to 105.3 The Fan and go look at all they thumbnails, and you can clearly see who getting pushed.
Damn sure Jim. Because he on every picture. He on every thumbnail.
Yep, and Gannon too.
Yep.
And they pushing it. Now, I want to be careful when I say this. I'm not saying that they're peons and pawns. What it's saying is that they're hearing the noise, and they likely getting calls. You know what I mean? They getting calls from people up top. You know, they linking the people that they want, and it's like them Jones is just trying to work the system. You know, so it's a real fight. I fear that Shotty gonna lose too.
I hope he don't. We're going to have to give him our energy like Goku with the spirit bomb, man. We can't let him lose this one.
Yeah. The good news is this, and Henny, you see it, because we in the fight. The world is bumming on Gannon right now.
Yes, that's the beautiful thing about it.
Like, we even have blogging in the boards. It's coming together like it did for Lord of the Rings with the elves and the imps. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody is joined against Gannon. So the way that the social media is campaigning to get Gannon out, they would have to basically go against the wishes of the fans, which Dallas is not going to go against their business interests if we allow it. But they want to. That's what makes it scary. You can clearly see that they want to go with another Rod. Because, like, you know, the fact that Jerry said it was one of the hardest decisions to get rid of Evil Flus, it shows you they line of thinking. They want a guy that they can control where they get to co-coach and they get to, you know, always insert their opinions, their thoughts, and their influence versus the fans just want football people. We don't care about you getting a chance to use your billions to kind of play football coach.
We damn sure don't. And salute to Made Man 786 with the 199. He said, out these candidates, I'd rather have Daronte Jones. I would rather have Daronte Jones too. Like
Shout
out
out
of the
to
folks.
Red Mass on my side too.
Salute to Red Mask, man. But yeah, like listen, I already told y'all straight up. Between Daronte and because they the only two that got in-person interviews right now too. And shout out to Nick Harris on there, man. Let me just go ahead and show it on the screen. So as he mentioned, the Cowboys would bring in Daronte Jones,
No beef on my potato.
the Minnesota passing game coordinator, and then they'll bring in Jonathan Gannon, the former Arizona head coach, for in-person interviews. He made sure to let y'all know, not expected to be the only in-person interviews, simply the first two. So while that is crazy and that is scary, you know, the Dallas Cowboys, you know, have a path forward. They still, you know, they still could go out and interview more people that we actually give a damn about. So I'm praying and I'm hoping, that that's the case. And salute to Donnell Lamar with the $4.99. He said, keep in mind the way interviews are set up can be very telling and give away clues.
This is
It
true.
definitely can. Well, listen, if that's the case, wouldn't Daronte Jones being the first one bode well? Would it
Maybe,
bode
maybe
well?
not. Maybe not. So, okay, I understand that they got to do their due diligence, right?
Mm-hmm.
But is there anything stopping them from doing this interview and hiring them?
No.
No.
Do y'all suspect that? Or do
No.
y'all expect that? Either one.
I don't expect them
I don't
to.
expect it. Mm-mm.
I think they're gonna bring a couple more dudes in for in-person interviews. I don't think that John DeGan is gonna walk in and get the job, especially not with us bombing on his stupid ass the way we are.
I'm not talking about Jonathan at the time. I'm talking really about Daronte right now.
I wish.
Because that'll save us. That'll save us. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, listen, I'm gonna call Daronte. I'm gonna see if we cousins. We got a relative in common or something, and I'm gonna see if I can call this nigga and tell him to go crazy on this interview. I don't know. I'm gonna feed this nigga answers if I got to. I hope.
Tell him interview like a king. Interview like a king, sir.
Yeah. Also, salute the Made Man 786 for another $1.99. Remember, if you pay, we will stay. So I appreciate y'all for the donations. He said Gannon needs us the most. Who else hiring this nigga? Nobody. I don't think John Gannon can get a job right now.
Time out. Do you see what he doing? Do you get what Made Man is saying right now? And let me know if I'm right, Made Man. Given the characteristics of Jerry and how he hired his coaches, you might want to start with who needs it the most. Like, that's sad. That's sad. Shout out to Mad Man if he's saying it like that. Let me know if I'm on point with what you mean, because that's alarming, and it's really telling us it plays to exactly how they operate too. We might need to be looking at who needed the most.
Shit, Jonathan Gannon. Because Daronte's still a hot name. Daronte is going to be the DC in Pittsburgh if Brian Flores get that job. Daronte has already, interviewed for the Jets job. Like, Daronte got options. I don't know if Jonathan Gannon's ass is gonna get another opportunity that quick. He might, folks need retreads and folks need different things like that. But to everybody's point, another thing that they pointed out, I think people are saying they will also still want to talk to Jim Leonard if the opportunity arises. So I don't think that they'll close out and make a selection before they can at least bring him into the building and pitch him. Because that's one of the other guys that they really, really like. So, I feel like they're going to at least wait for that too. And then there's the backup shit on Jeff Ulbrich. Now, are you talking to us or are you talking to them, boss? We can't hear you. I don't know if you know that. I don't know. He might just be waiting for his food. He said, if only... tell me about it. If only Daronte was a white man. I like my nigga jacket, though. Land, you got anything you want to add to this, man? Because this shit scares me.
Yeah, I just was saying about that. Yeah, I was on point with what Made Man was saying. Like, that's something we gotta watch out for. Jerry think he's running a rehabilitation center, and he's really he's not attempting to go after the high dollar guys. You know what I'm saying? If Daronte is a high dollar guy, then we got an issue. And hey, Jerry, if you listen to this shit, you hear some of this shit, make us know it. You said you wanted to write a blank check. I'll never forget that. And I ain't saying you write the right check yet, nigga. Get it right. Let's do it. Go out there and show us that you really trying to win. Because guess what? Your division is getting tougher and tougher by the minute, by the second. Your division is getting tougher. The Giants won't be a pushover next year, in my opinion. They won't be a pushover next year. Washington might get their act together. The Eagles still is the Eagles. So we don't have just a guaranteed 4 wins in the division no more. With
Thank
a
you.
tough schedule. So we got to get our act together, man.
Yeah, you hit that nail on the head with that part right there to me, Land. Is the fact that Jerry low key cheating us. You know, like the fact that Henny always let it be known out the gate. It's about the whales. It's not about the minnows. It's about the whales. You know, and it's almost like dealing with the current. I ain't gonna say that. I use another that, but basically, it's like we getting overwhelmed with like shit that ain't the big shit. You know what I mean? It's like no, the real issue should be like what you said. Like, why are you not well hunting? And then Joe Hoyt, he came out there and he said, Jerry and them said the reason why they not going after Jim Schwartz and them because they want to be head coaches. And it's like, or
So
they think they want to be head coaches. And I was like, man, you don't not shoot your shot because you think they might not think you qualify. What the you know? It's
and yeah, you supposed to listen. If you were a man, you might as well go and try and talk to the prettiest woman you see in the room. You
right.
know what I'm saying? You might well just aim high because the way the world works right now, even the ugly hoes are sedated. So you might as well go shoot your shot at the fine one. Jared Jones. If you're gonna pay millions of dollars to a coordinator, you might as well pay millions of dollars to a coordinator that's actually good. You might as well go out there and get you a Brian Flores, court him, call him in, holler at him, man. Like you listen. Why would I not want a coordinator that got ambitious to be a head coach? Because that's a good coordinator. Anybody else that's trying to listen, if you're trying to be a career DC or a career OC, you ain't that nigga. You ain't that dude. So I don't even want nobody like that.
Um, and see,
Hell
you
no.
know the sad thing, you can tell when these people are being manipulated and controlled because you hear that same echo point when you like in the streets, right? You hear people say, well, if they get Brian Flores, he's going to be a head coach by next year. It's like that's going to only happen if we beat some ass. And yeah, he's going to be a head coach next year if he take us from 32 to top 6. But that also means you had a top 6 piece with an MVP Dak. Now give me that. Even just 1 year, give me that. So it's like people are being so brainwashed right now, and they working overtime to be average. It's like Cat Williams say. It's very obvious that Jerry has an allegiance to losers. He really does, and he has an allegiance to them. He has a true allegiance to. Hey, I like that's why he said I like the redemptive story. He lying to us because it's not about the redemptive story. He want the guy that's beat up so that he can get it for cheap. And the problem is the fans allow him, except us, we don't. But it's too many people that just sit back and co-sign him doing shit how he's been doing it. Instead of rising up and saying, no, bro, this is unacceptable. Man, put that steak back. I ain't order this. This ain't my fandom. So like Jerry, he's literally playing everybody, and he's playing Brian. That's the worst part. You can clearly see who the Brian guys are and who the front office guys are. Like the fact that let me tell you the thing that's the most disrespectful. It's disrespectful to say, hey man, we don't want Flores in here for the culture, and then literally Jerry cited it. He cited it, meaning he quoted it to Mike Fisher. He said, put this in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
He cited that shit. But then you literally are bringing in an underperforming Gannon who punched his own player. If this is what I'm going to tell the fans, if you let them sell you on Brian's culture and that bullshit, you are a sucker. You are a damn sucker. Because they clearly don't give a fuck about culture, bro. The fact that you talking to Gannon on camera who don't have the discipline to keep his hands off a goddamn man. And what's sad is that man didn't slap his ass. See,
Jordan Pickens would have beat his ass so bad he'd be in jail right now.
you feel me? Like, what if he touched one of your players?
Especially the kind of personalities we have. Nah, that shit ain't gonna work.
Bro,
That shit ain't gonna work. You think he could have punched Quentin Williams and got away with that shit?
man, Quentin Williams would have dunked his ass. And imagine what that looked like on our sideline. That was just imagine that's a weak ass Arizona nobody give a fuck sideline.
And still made Sports Center.
And it still makes you do anything like that in Dallas, man. That shit is gonna be worldwide.
Boy,
A worldwide distraction.
Trump gonna be talking about the shit if that shit
Trump
happened in
gonna
Dallas.
be talking about the shit, and it shows you the level of incompetence in the front office. It's incompetence, man. And it's like,
I just want to get this boy question out the way. He just asked, do you think the Joneses will change or step down if the fans don't participate in watching the game and buying merchandise? No.
Yeah.
No. Because there are too many people outside of Dallas that watch the Dallas Cowboys. They are a national brand. There are folks that don't even like the Dallas Cowboys that they're going to watch every game just so they can watch them lose or watch them win or hate watch them. Sports betting too big. You got niggas on our team on they parlay. Like, we're not going to stop anything. Like, that shit is like perpetual. That is perpetual self-duplicating energy right there, man. Like, you can't do anything about that. Even if the diehards stop watching, there's way too many people in the world that are going to watch the Dallas Cowboys. It's that big.
disagree, Henny. And I say it like the best way I can put it is like an analogy. If a motherfucker jump back if you flinched at him, he sure go jump back if you punch him. You feel me? You know? So like Jerry and them, they jump back at flinching. So like for instance, the Dallas Cowboy fans was clearly mad about Eberflus. So he was making all these promises, sending out leaks that we finna, talk to Brian Flores. You flinching just at the fear of us being mad. You know what I mean? So if we really took real action behind being mad, no, I do think it would change. Now, would it be permanent? No. Would I still trust them? No. Do they still have leverage of other people watching them? Yes. But I do believe Jerry and them are afraid of us waking up. I do. Because they pay attention too close to what we think, and they get reports on what we saying on X every day to every other day. Like Bach even talked about, they get a report on their desk about what's trending on their name, the Cowboys. So if you are keeping your eyes on what we saying that close, that means you flinching. You flinching. You always concerned about could we rise up? You know what I'm saying? It's like they know our power. It's like we don't know our power. You know?
Lynn? The nigga might be cutting off a ligament, so who knows? All right. So, hey, Balls, I still wanted to go through and talk about, what I said we were going to do earlier. Because in the words of my cousin, man, because Wes always says, sometimes you got to make stupid smart. They might go out here and do some stupid shit with the hire. But we'll have to live with that shit if that happens. We'll have to figure out a way to make that. We have to make that shit work. Yeah, right. So we gonna have to go down the list. So the one that scares me the most is this nigga. This motherfucker scares me more than anything. It's going to be Gannon, who we were just talking about, if he became the coordinator. What humanly possible could we do to make this shit work?
The first thing, and honestly, you got to do to make it work is you got to get him like what we did with Quentin Williams. You got to get him some talent to where even your dumb ass can't fuck it up. If you go be like the Texans and have a static defense, then you got to have a talent like the Texans. You know what I mean? So with a guy this bad, you got to make the talent so good that even it overshadows his badness. That's one. And then number two, in my opinion, we would just have to do what we always do in terms of rolling up our sleeves and kind of getting into the weeds of schematically what needs to improve, and then pressuring the Cowboys to make those changes. But then it would basically, but most of it be about giving him the talent.
I definitely agree, because The thing I don't like about him the most, well, actually a lot of things. He don't play a lot of man, and even till this day, if Siobhan Revel and Deron Bland are going to be your primary corners, they are still man-to-man corners. That is still their bread and butter. That's still where they excel at, and he don't play a lot of it. So that concerns me. One, two. He does not bring pressure. Like you stated, this is a 4-man rush. They don't do a lot of disguises. They're stagnant. And even in their zone coverage, they don't do a lot of match principles. This not like Vic Fangio when they play in cover 6 and cover 4. Like they do not do a lot of matching principles. So this is a very basic vanilla ass defense. They're gonna rush 4 and not do a lot of disguises. So I agree. You're gonna have to boost up that front 4. Like you damn near gonna have to say fucking and trade for Max Crosby if you get this nigga. Yeah, it's gonna have to be that kind of front to keep this motherfucker from fucking it up.
Yep.
You might have to find a package to get Osa gone. Give up one of your first this year. It might have to be pick 12. You might have to give up pick 12 and Osa, for Max Crosby. But that would be the kind of front you'll need. You'll need like a Max Crosby, a Quentin Williams, a Kenny Clark, and a Donovan Izaraku to make that shit work.
We already need to be flawless, so you telling me all the moves after that'll have to be flawless too?
Hell yeah.
Yep. It'd have to be the Texans and the Browns, bro.
But they play.
He right. It got to be a dope ass front, and you got to have a dope ass edge. It can't be no like, if it's we gonna get smoked.
But do you know what the Texans and the Browns do that he does not do?
What's that?
They play man.
Damn.
They listen. The Texans down there stay in cover 1 the entire time. They look very Dan Quinnish with us.
That's one of the best ways to tell if you got a good coordinator or not, because that's what we seen. That's why it was so easy to notice the incompetence of Eberflus. Because look, that's just imagine if.
Ooh, thank you, Jesus.
If we putting, who can I say, Jalen Tolbert in deep ball situations, or if we just overly targeting Jalen Tolbert, we know that that's not a good way to use him. That's not how he should be used, and that's how you can tell what would be the best type of defensive coordinator that come in here, because Eberflus wasn't using his players the right way. You know what I'm saying? So with the new DC that come in here, he gonna have to be able to adapt to our personnel. And he gonna have to run man coverage. If we got a man coverage type personnel, that's what he gonna have to start doing. Mm-hmm. Even if it ain't his scheme. That's the best way to do it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So that's how we gonna be able to identify that.
Hey, Hen.
Yeah.
Send me the link to my Twitter DM. I'm at the lab.
Bet. I'm finna go ahead and send it to you. Make sure you got your page. Your page is connected. Hold on. You're muted. You're muted.
I say you. Yeah.
Right, cool.
I'm gonna add my channel once I get in there. Let's stay on Gannon because I want to make sure my channel get this hot sauce.
Bet. We'll stay on Gannon. I'm basically gonna make you repeat everything you just said, and we'll talk about it from there, and then we'll talk about Christian Parker because he got an in-person interview now.
It's gonna take me only 5 minutes, bro.
Bet.
All right.
But yeah, dog.
I actually like Christian Parker though.
I do too.
I'm not gonna hold you. I wouldn't be mad about him.
All right, so LandLord, let's talk about Christian Parker. Until Boss get back in here, let's talk about Christian Parker.
I want to answer this question real quick.
Go ahead.
I know both of them were small school guys, right? Quinion and Rowe, right?
Yep, Quinion was at Toledo. Mm-hmm.
Did Quinion have more like a better build, better body build than Rowe?
About the same, honestly. Last time I checked. I think Quinion is quicker.
I thought Rebel wingspan and shit is kind of rough at a DB position.
Yeah.
That nigga arm long as hell.
Yeah, Rebel got a better build because Rebel is like the prototypical size of a cornerback you want. Long.
So that's what I'm getting at. I'm saying like if he was able to shape that ball and clay over there with Quinion, he might be able to work wonders with Rebel. We don't know. And I need Rebel to be a top tier player next year, especially with the capital we gave up for him. I need somebody to develop him. I feel like Whitecott gonna be a mainstay, bro. If he getting interviews to be the defensive coordinator, he probably gonna keep his position coaching job, bro. Like whoever the DC is gonna have a brand new spanking guy to meet named Aaron Whitecott. You know what I'm saying?
He probably is gonna be a mainstay. But that
I need somebody to help my secondary. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that. I was gonna ask you. Hold on, go. Boss is sliding back in. Hold on, and then we'll shift that, and then we'll go back to it. I'm not old enough to forget this one because it's on the topic that we were talking about.
Let's do it.
Okay. Well, I thought he was back, but we were trying to make smart stupid. You know, stupid smart. Oh, you can hear us. Okay.
Hey,
we gotta make it stupid smart, not smart stupid.
How much sound? How much sound?
You sound good. We just can't see you.
Okay, so okay. I'm trying to see why the fuck my video ain't coming up.
Do you got your video connected to a different system? Do you got anything open? Cause that happens sometimes.
I don't. Hold on, let me see. Boom. There it is.
Yeah, we see you now, bro.
Let's go. So my sound good? I don't sound like I'm in an echo or some shit?
Nah, you sound good, cuz.
Okay. Let me turn my channel on. Let's go.
All right, bet. All right.
I'll tell you when I'm gonna give me 1 second.
Can you turn Boss down like he be doing us and shit? Are you able to do that?
Hold on, man. You want to take that slick shot at me real quick, bro? I'll be doing that on purpose, bro.
Your channels are connected.
I be trying to drive you out, though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I be trying to
I know.
advantage.
You told me the truth. Look, he told me the truth, but now he gonna lie again.
I be trying to put an unfair advantage, man. Nah, I'm playing. I don't never do you like that, bro. Go ahead.
You on our home field now, nigga. It's up.
Let's
do
man.
it.
Dirty ass nigga.
So, all right, so let's start, man. We're gonna start from the top because we're just gonna talk about the 3 guys that we know for certain have in-person interviews now. We're gonna start with the greatest of all evils. We're gonna start with Jonathan Gannon. If the Dallas Cowboys fuck up and they get Jonathan Gannon to be their defensive coordinator, how do we make that stupid shit smart? How do we dummy-proof having Jonathan Gannon as our defensive coordinator? Now,
let me take a swing at it real quick.
Go ahead.
I think the best form of action after that terrible tragedy happens, with us just giving him the job, I think his position group coach is gonna have to be elite. His position group coach is gonna have to be elite, and I would hate. It's gonna be kind of hard to dodge him calling the defense though. That's the only problem. So maybe we're gonna have to have, like we said, of course we know we're gonna have to build a dope roster. Like we're gonna have to hit on all our draft picks, everything defensively. It's gonna have to work like a charm. It's gonna have to hit the ground running. So after that, we're gonna have to make sure that, you know, that's the only thing that could kind of cover him calling plays. Like maybe if we have a dope enough personnel group, he wouldn't have to do nothing exotic or nothing crazy. Like kind of like the Texans, just stay in place and just do your job. You know what I'm saying? Just be gangster. So we won't have to rely on him calling good or bad plays to be successful. But for one, like I said, we need some of the best position group coaches in football to be able to overcome somebody like him.
Right. And I think the other part, because I agree with you, you're gonna have some gangsters at the position coaching spots. But you're going to also have a gangster-ass front. If he's just going to drop 7 niggas in the coverage every single time, if he's not going to blitz, if he ain't going to change who he is from a philosophical standpoint, you're going to need gangsters. Like, when people talk about the Texans, you got to remember who they have up front. Will Anderson is one of the best young pass rushers in the league. Like he's one of them. He's been a double-digit sack guy the last 2-3 years.
Roll
Like,
Tide.
yeah, roll. This one time I get that to you. Roll Tide. Roll Tide on this
I ain't
one,
never
man.
saying that.
That he like that. So salute the wheel. Another guy that they got is the Neil Hunter. Folks don't even talk about the Neil Hunter, and he's one of the only niggas in the 100 sack club. He is that underrated as a player. The Neil Hunter is like that. So they got 2 double-digit sack guys, and then they still got Sheldon Rankin in there in the middle. So
I think he's one of them players that ain't with the fluff though. Like I can tell by his demeanor, he ain't trying to be noticed. He just want to play football, and I love it.
talk to Neil.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I like the Neil. I like Sheldon Rankin too. Former first-round pick. He was in Dak Prescott class. Him and Zeke.
He's cool with Will Anderson being a star, and Will is a star. Like you can just listen to him talk. You know he's just a special dude.
Mm-hmm. And then when you look around at the other players, you know they got Derek Stingley, who I know you loved, landlord. He out there on the island locking people down.
Absolutely, that was one of my guys.
Mm-hmm. Kamari Lassiter out there, bitch, locking shit down out of Georgia. There's some damn good, talent over there. They got a great linebacker. I forget. I be messing his name up. Aziz, how you say that boy name? Like, hey, I'm on him.
Ozalari or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But point being, like, they got good players everywhere. If we want to be like the Texans or we want to be like the Browns, we have to improve our personnel. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit, especially the front four. Like I said, you're probably gonna have to move Osa and the 12th overall pick for Max Crosby or some shit. That's the only way you're gonna get away with playing this much zone and blitzing this little, and having a successful defense. You got to get home with 4, and I don't know, even with Quentin Williams on your team, I don't know if you're currently set up to do that shit right now.
If you which direction would you go? Like, and we doing all this under the preconceived notion that Gannon is the coach. Correct. Okay, if you had an option to choose Caleb Downs and Bailey, you had to choose between them two. Or Bane, the pass rusher of your choice. Which direction would you go in this scenario?
I'd have to get David Bailey because the shit he do ain't gonna work without him.
And look, I'm saying we already traded for Max too. I want a duo though. Like, if we got to do Gannon and he's not finna blitz nobody, okay, I'm trying to assemble the dopest line I can.
And like we gotta put the Avengers on the defensive line of this nigga RDC.
Yep.
That's basically how you're gonna have to do it.
That's how you gotta do it.
So you will have to draft him over Caleb Downs and just coach up your secondary some kind of way. Get Brian, go trade and get Minka in here in the safety room and coach your corners up.
It's the only thing you can do. I got one for y'all. I got one.
I ain't get mine yet.
Go ahead.
I think we got to pressure. It's going to have to be that pressure we did with Matt Eberflus. We got to have off-season pressure before the season start, calling out this heavy zone, right? And we got to also, if they get Gannon, we got to start pivoting our content to the best corner coaches available. You got to get the corner coaches, to your point, because see, before I turned on my channel, we already had this conversation, but we gonna be able to kind of go deep into it now, because we were saying that if you go have Gannon, you got to try to reshape him into the Texans. You got to reshape him into the Browns. So they static, right? All three static, but you have zone rates higher with Gannon than you have with the Texans and the Browns. So we got to then pressure for the man. But then you got to have the talent. So that means we also got to then pressure for quality man corners out the draft and free agency. That means we got to go heavy content and heavy pressure on guys that can come in here and actually play, man. You know what I mean? Because then if we're able to do that, we've changed Gannon to where he was heavy zone to now We gave you the tools and the coaches to man these guys up.
I agree with you on that. Now, when I said I was lying, I said I was just going to look at the guys, that are getting in-person interviews. It's moving so fast. There might be more on here beforehand.
Damn, it's
So-
dropping like that.
Like Christian Parker got announced when we was on here. Remember?
I didn't even hear that also. Okay.
Yeah. So Christian Parker, the Eagles secondary coach, got announced. So I'm gonna just start with the elephant in the room because the Dallas Cowboys have a track record of elevating guys that are currently on the roster, on the coaching staff, into bigger positions. They did it with Jason Garrett. He went from a backup quarterback, to a quarterback's coach, to an offensive coordinator, to interim head coach, to a head coach, right? It was more egregious with Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore went from a quarterback to a quarterback's coach to an offensive coordinator in the span of 3 years. Brian Schottenheimer came through the door, was an offensive analysis, became the offensive coordinator for 2 years, and now he's the head coach. With the way that they are talking and the way that they like him, what would happen if Aaron Whitecotton ended up becoming the Dallas Cowboy defensive coordinator? How do you make that stupid decision smart?
You definitely got to help his back end. You have to concentrate on bringing in a guy that's going to be able to do what he's never done. He's never been known as a back end guy. He's never done a back end job ever. So that job will be foreign to him. So, and I don't really, I don't trust big boys to pick little guys.
That's fair.
I don't, bro. Yo, white cotton bad built ass try to tell a corner. Nah, bro, I don't trust you. So you have to go ahead. You got to bring in a Chris Richard to help him. Another thing you gotta do, you have to bring him in a defensive end coach. You have to. Because his front five, I give him credit for it. Schematically and everything. Even before quitting. And the reason being because he started coming up with solutions with the 5-man front before the trade of Quentin Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So you start seeing improvement in stopping the run. Big improvements before Quentin Williams. So he got some schematic stuff up front that worked in terms of the 3 techs and the 1 techs. But how the edges just collapsed under him, you either need a new coach or you need a whole new philosophy. What I fear is that the philosophy of being a bull rush at all costs, stop the run first and then pressure second, hopefully that didn't come from him. Because if that came from him, it almost will be a waste to draft an edge because they're not going to be used right.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to bring in an edge guy, in my opinion, if you go, because I think it could work with actual White Cotton. Because just like we saw the Giants turn around when they gave their interim head DC a chance. We just never saw him get a chance. You know what I mean? We don't really know what his real vision is because Dallas dumbass stuck up with Eberflus all the way to the end. Versus the Giants, they ripped the Band-Aid off and said, you done, bro. And they wasn't even as bad as I did.
Nowhere close. Land, what you think?
It reminds me of that election moment with Kamala and Biden. You know what I'm saying? That, they the same. They under the same party. So I would have to ask that pivotal question that kind of shifted for Kamala. What would you do differently, Mr. White Card? What would you do differently? And if I don't like the answer, you know what I'm saying? That we're gonna be in trouble because I just want to know exactly what would he bring to the table that we didn't see out of him. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
I want to know because I'm telling you, that was a big part of her quest to be the president. When they asked that, she didn't want to throw Biden under the table, so it was kind of a muddy situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was like, you know. But he gonna have to just go on ahead and, separate himself from Flus. Because that would have been the first question I would have asked him as soon as he sat down. What are you bringing to the table that's different or better than Eberflus.
I'm playing man. I'm playing to the strengths of my players over my scheme. It's players over scheme. Where in my philosophy, we're going to blitz and get pressure. I like grits.
One thing I can say, I feel like he might elevate the way Quinn was playing because he know exactly how to use them.
Right.
Now he might be able to elevate the D line. I believe that's possible. I don't know, but he was 100% focused on the D line and it didn't really elevate. So I don't know, but it was for a half a season. What you think about that?
I think that he is good at helping defensive tackles, and his edge rushers are going to suffer. So, like Boss said, you're going to need a pass rush specialist. You're going to need somebody in here to help the pass rushers. Because you're not going to just tell me that Dante Fowler forgot how to rush the passer. You're not going to tell me that Easy E forgot all the moves and counters and shit that he built up over the years in college. You're not going to tell me that. I refuse to believe it. So he's going to have to get his shit cleaned up. What a scream.
With Easy, it screams a conservative coach. Because, they probably told him, don't be trying all that college stuff. This going to happen to you. This going to happen to you. Because, bro, we know where the skill set look like. We know what the tool bag look like. He had one. Yeah. And it looked like he was scared to use it. So, that come from conservative coaching right there.
It sounds like Eberflus.
Hell yeah. And, hey, salute to 864 Cowboys fan. He said, label him the DC for that post. Because, remember, he's going to be the defensive coordinator for the Shrine Bowl. He said that's Jerry sticking his toe in the water to see how it feels.
Oh, Jerry, fuck you, man.
Fuck you, Jerry. Hey, salute to Angie, too. She said, hey, Boss, Henny, Land, and Chat. Salute to Angie in the building, man. Thank you for
happening?
Now you want to give them a chance with kids.
Yeah, that's stupid. Listen, you should have fired, if anything, you should have at least fired Eberflus the final 2 games of the season.
Right.
And see how his defense played against the NFC East since you're going to play them motherfuckers 6 times a year.
You want to know something what's alarming too about this?
What's that?
If y'all willing to do that, how much stock is you putting into this? Is this going to trump anything else you saw? I'm talking about how good or bad he do with these kids.
Hell no.
That's a terrible way to evaluate this. I'm talking about them.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Nah, they shouldn't. If they're smart and reasonable people, they shouldn't. But we know that they're not smart and we know they're not reasonable. I'd be lying to say if I didn't think they were smart. You don't make billions and billions of dollars if you're not business savvy. You know what I'm saying? Your intelligence is in a different area. Right. But they do horrible football. They make horrible football decisions. All right, so let's do the next one.
Some people might be a genius in mouth and terrible at science. So.
Exactly. So yes. So I'm not just gonna say you're stupid, but your football acumen might be lacking. That's the way to put it. Your football acumen might be lacking. So let's.
Steven play? Steven played too?
Yeah. Tight end.
Who he played for?
Arkansas.
Arkansas post poison in the world.
Boy,
he didn't win no Super Bowl.
That's why I don't like safeties.
Huh?
That's why I don't like safeties.
Why?
Oh, he played safety.
No, Steven played tight end.
That's
why he don't like safeties.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because that's who did up tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that and see, you got Steven on unathletic ass out there playing tight end. You got this old Mandingo safety out there every day.
Mandingo safety is crazy. I thought I was crazy calling nigga spear chucker.
That's crazy right there.
Hey, so he got a personal vendetta on safeties, bro. I swear he don't like those damn safeties, bro.
He had his girl at the game and the safety knocked his top off. Knocked his top off.
Boom! Hit the nigga with a hit stick.
I said, one of them safeties done knocked his chick out, bro.
Right in front of his girl. It's crazy. That's most supervillains' origin story. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit. So, hey, Christian Parker. So Christian Parker will be brought in for an in-person interview. This is the guy that molded You know, Pat Surtain. He had Pat Surtain when he was a rookie. Helped him become the All-Pro at the NFL level. He had Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean both these years. They've both become All-Pro corners this year, right? So if he was to get the job, and he's young, he's been coaching, but this is the beautiful thing. He's super young, but he's been coaching since he was 22. So he still got 14 years of experience coaching. So what would you do to help Christian Parker if he got the job? I think I know. I'm gonna give you mine first.
Ooh, you go first, because I got to think about that.
Me too.
You need experience and veterans at all of his at his staff. You know what I'm saying? If he never had experience, calling plays, you might need some big brothers around him to guide him down this path. Like, it would make perfect sense if Christian Parker came in here and you had a nigga like Zach Orr as a linebacker coach. Or if you brought him in, to be the defensive coordinator, and somehow you were able to swindle and get, Daronte Jones to stay in a different capacity. Maybe you made Daronte Jones the assistant head coach or a defensive analyst or some shit to give him a pay raise. You'll need to surround him with guys that done called plays before. He's great at developing corners. He's great at developing secondary. He ain't called plays ever, I don't believe, in his life. I don't think he has any defensive coordinator experience.
Yeah.
See that? So I probably wouldn't want him then if he can't call plays.
Well,
I don't know
he
about
hasn't
that.
called plays. There's a difference between practicing doing it, having a plan. Knowing what you want to do from being around somebody. Because, listen, he's been under a long-term tutelage with Vic Fangio. Like, he's been with Vic for 5 years. If he don't know how to call plays by now, he ain't never going to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that he don't know how. He just hasn't had the opportunity to do so.
He's not proven in that category.
Correct.
I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot, but like you said, we need some reassurance. He need a solid support system in place, because like I said, bro, we don't have a lot of room for error, man. That's just the reality of the situation. If he get in there and he overwhelmed, we that could be the end of our season. Like, we could be screwed. So we definitely need some ex-head coaches or some assistants and some how they just have somebody there for the just giving you ideas, what they call it, associates and shit. Like, they just in place. You know what I'm saying? They're just there for support. Like, you can ask some shit. We might need some of them people like that that's just on the staff for support.
Real shit. I agree. Like, that's my entire thing. Get you some folks that used to be DCs or former head coach and everything else. Put them on the staff and help guide this young man. You know what I'm saying? Quality control. Like, you QC a nigga.
And one thing, I'm gonna say this real quick, and I'm gonna let y'all have it. I remember I think somebody say, if they have a successful season here, consultants. That's the word I was looking for. If they have a successful season here, they just gone. Nah, that sounds right. But Jared proved that he can kind of hold it out for a minute. He can stall Debo out. Because guess what? He did it with Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn became one of the hottest candidates in the league. And y'all remember this. We just knew for a fact Dan was gone. And like, in a couple of them seasons, we was already coming into it like, Dan gonna be gone. We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to do that. And Jared was able to retain Dan Quinn. So, hey, what y'all think about that? Just because they have a successful season, if Jared wants you and he like you, you can do it the hard way or the easy way. Like, it's gonna happen for him.
My daddy said we screw anyway, Lynn.
That could be quite possible, Mr. Ace. That could be possible.
Oh, man.
We need some hope, though. We can't give up, though. We can't give up.
Nah, we got to keep the faith. Boss, how are you going to make it work with Christian Parker as the DC?
I'm glad you gave me a chance to think about it, because I finally was, as y'all was talking, start coming up with some things. I would do the reverse of what I would do with White Cotton. Just like you would have to put a heavy focus on the back end with White Cotton, you got to put a heavy focus on the front end with him. Mm-hmm. You got to make sure that you got veteran excellence in terms of coaching for that front. The good news is that the front is where the most talent is, too.
Correct. Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark, Osa. If you bring back Donovan Izaraku, Easy, you got some people in place.
Yeah, and what I also love about him is, from a DC standpoint, to me, scheme is overrated if you're a good technical teacher. So, like you said, perfect example of what you said earlier. What does the Texans do that's special?
Nothing.
Nothing. They lining up and beating your ass because their corner coach is excellent. See, people don't talk about Dono enough. His name is Dono. I researched it. Dono and the Texans and that back end, they have the most interceptions in the league.
Correct.
In the last 3 years. Combined. You know what I'm saying? Not this year, but combined. They 3 this year, but they always top 3. You know what I'm saying? So if you combine the last 3 years, they leaving everybody. You know what I'm saying? So he's the one that I feel the best about because he's a technical teacher, you know. So I'm not gonna be as reliant on him getting the play call right because he's able to get. I gave the analogy like this: if you was playing Madden and if you could cheat it, would you want something that gave you the best play call or something that got your players' rating to go up automatically?
Rating go up.
You want the rating up because it's gonna make all the coverages better. That's how he is. You know what I mean? He get their rating up because he get their play. So you gotta really focus on that front end coach, and you gotta spend money on that too. Like go for that. Like go get the best guy in the streets on that front end and let's play ball.
Y'all know something? I think I might have cracked the code.
What's that?
And I ain't gonna lie, it might not be what we want, but it's gonna have to be, negotiations is push and pull. It's gonna have to be, it could possibly satisfy everybody to a certain degree. Y'all remember how we had suspicions that all of these coaches could possibly be on one coaching staff, right? Okay. What if Jerry Jones stimulations to giving Brian Schottenheimer like ultimate power is, okay, you can have your guys and your staff, but he has Jonathan Gannon as an assistant, like I was just saying, as an advisor, sitting there with a promise, with a pseudo promise that if it goes bad, I'm gonna give you a shot. That can satisfy the front office and us because long as he ain't running the defense, we good. But he might have somebody like him that's an ex-head coach, ex-defensive coordinator that got experience at least, have him as an advisor. Do y'all think that's possible? And could it satisfy both parties?
I mean, Shotty got onto the staff as an offensive analyst. He didn't do anything through the day-to-day, just for gather information, do different things for the offense, help them prep and shit like that. So there would not. It's possible because they've done it before, where they put guys in those roles. You know what I'm saying? So Jonathan Gannon could be like a defensive analyst or a defensive consultant and be on the team. I would hate that. I don't want that to be the case because look what happened with Shotty.
It's better than him being your DC though. I'm trying to satisfy everybody. That's all.
But hear me out. Where is Shotty at right now?
What you mean?
Like his ass went from analyst to what?
OC, head coach.
He's the head coach right now.
Yeah.
So I'll still be concerned because there's a path forward for Jonathan Gannon if he get in the building. I don't want this man to be my head coach. He just sucked at being a head coach. You know what I'm saying? I don't want there to be any path forward, for him, and that just mean to keep him out my building. But Daddy said, "Nah, you tripping on that one. Keep that man away from us. We're gonna put a salt circle.
Yeah,
we're gonna put a salt circle around this mug, man. I don't.
Man, you tripping. I ain't saying that I want this. I'm just trying to figure out what they could be doing. I'm trying to predict their next move. That's all.
I agree with your dad on that because Trojan horses are dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I do like it's an advisor versus somebody that actually
messing up the defense.
I could actually mess up the defense, but I just don't like them types in the building at all. It's just anything that Jerry and them kind of thinking about, like wanting to empower, that also to me gives them reason to sabotage. Because they like them Gannon tights. You feel me? They like. I don't want them having a fly idea to where, you know, let's make it hard on this new DC because I really ultimately want it to be Gannon. Like, I want it to be all shotty guys. I don't want no front office guys at all.
You gotta
Right.
know that that's still a possibility though. Because who hired Shotty? Was it Jerry and them or was it Mike?
Who knows?
I don't know. I'm asking the question.
Jared.
I really don't know.
I don't know.
It's not like Mike McCarthy had a lot of influence with it because Brian Schottenheimer always talked about his relationship with Mike went back a long time.
So that's what I'm saying. That's still a possible outcome. Like, even if it is some of Shotty guys, Jerry and them might be sizing them up. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? He could be possibly the next guy. Like, it's still a possibility. That's what I was getting at.
I see. I feel you. But I hate them for that though.
Me too. Hate. No, it's just too many games, bro. It's like,
But Land ain't wrong because it's possible. So you got to talk about possibilities. But shit, that's a scary possibility.
it's like
Absolutely.
I said earlier, man. I said this earlier. It's like fighting racism. You get tired of it. You get
That's
tired
true
of
too.
it. You just want to be in a place to where we are judged equally, treated equally. It's like, damn. I don't care where you look up, you see ugly race. It's like the Cowboys. It don't matter where you look up. It's always some type of ploy. It's some type of game. It's always some type of, you know. So anything to keep that from kind of raising up, I want it to be as normal as possible for Brian as possible, even though it's never gonna be normal.
I was just about to say, because to me, I kind of look at it like how, like, you know, like in the streets or whatever, dealing with somebody who you feel like could be a threat or somebody shiesty. You just like, your guards are up on everything. Like,
Right.
you watching every move. Like, nah, buddy, I'm not coming to meet you. You gotta come meet me. Like, look, you gonna raise the price just to make sure he ain't trying to get you. Like, yeah, you doing all kind of, you taking all kind of precautions just because you know that it's dangerous dealing with this person. So that's pretty much what it is with Jerry, bro.
We gotta go meet in the public.
In Walmart parking lot, all the lights on.
Yeah, a bunch of witnesses and
We gotta take precautions.
I ain't going to your house.
That's how Jerry is, bro. You gotta watch him at every single opportunity. Cause like you dealing with people like that, man, you don't even want to give them the opportunity to get you. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta take all precautions. So it's like dealing with a snake when you're dealing with Jerry in that type of manner.
So we gotta keep shooting Gannon down. I know we're going through this list, but I promise you the moment I get off this show, I'm gonna go right back to Twitter shooting down Gannon. Like that's one of the main things we need to be shooting down is Gannon, bro.
So let me ask you.
Like it's so insulting for Gannon to even be an in-person interview. That's insulting to the fans, bro. After Eberflus, you go do that to us?
You know, I like they got Christian Parker in the building. I like they got Daronte.
Yeah, that's
hey, shout out to Dwayne Brown on the cash out, man. I appreciate you, sir.
Let me
Salute
check.
to
He
Mr. Brown,
said a belated birthday gift. Hey, I appreciate that, man.
That's
I
so
love how they
true.
do that, bro. When they do that, you cats don't even ask, bro.
Yeah, that's real,
Y'all
man.
real dope for that, man. Y'all real dope for that. Like that be the best gifts too. When we ain't soliciting and we ain't raising it, you know what I'm saying, and mentioning it, but y'all just kind of listening to the content, and then the Lord put it on y'all heart to sow a seed.
Y'all just gotta know, like everybody on here got a full life, working life, full family life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we figure out we cut out ways to still give y'all some content as much as possible.
Barbecue because they left meat off a goddamn barbecue, bro.
They left what?
Bro, they left the meat off my barbecue, bro. Real talk. I went to my
Ain't no way.
Bro,
ain't no way.
I swear to God, I went to my
They gave you all bone? That what you saying?
Nah, I went to my favorite barbecue spot, ordered a baked potato, crunk as hell, got to the crib, and I opened that bitch up. It was cheese.
Damn.
And chives and sour cream, boy. And so
I'm my
then
crazy ass thinking like you got a slab of ribs and it was never bones.
Yeah,
no.
like you had to elaborate on that one.
Somebody ate them all.
So, and I'm just explaining the type of shit we be going through. So then me and Henny got something planned, like to actually do this show. But now I got to go get my barbecue, bro. This is my favorite spot. I can't mess that up. But I'm just saying we make it work. You know what I mean? To y'all point. And so to look up, and I already knew when he cashed up you, he had cashed up me. I knew it. I just checked. Yep, appreciate it.
That's
bro.
true. That's true, man.
Salute. He ain't hit me just yet, but I know how Dwayne Brown be moving.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
do that.
I know what the Lord do for y'all. He got something for us in store as well, man. So I appreciate
Actually, it didn't come from him. It came from other people. See, it be like that. You know what I mean?
Like
I didn't even know it.
Appreciate the love either way.
Yeah, appreciate it. So anyway.
You got people in here, man. You got my people with me. What that boy said? I got my people with me.
What you know about some webbing, man?
The hottest people in the city, and I keep them with me. All right, shout out to my people, man.
Man, I grew up on boosting webbing, man. Hey, salute to Jay Sars on somebody in with the $4.99. He said, "Hey, boss, should they pay Pickens before Puka gets his bag? You always want to be progressive. You always want to be progressive. You're gonna do it, you know." Hold on, look at Vaj. He said, "I thought they gave boss the tenderness and real, just the real."
Bro,
I saw him like, what's going on?
He had to elaborate on that one.
Look, everybody needed a description after that.
And see when I said that jumped up Botch, because it's like, bro, everybody understand that, but when you get home with your barbecue, bro, and you open it and you like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they did me like that, Botch.
They did him dirty.
And what you know about that Webby? Oh, she is in Texas. She in Texas, so she's southern enough. She's southern enough. I get it.
Yeah. So listen, how we gonna make it work with Daronte? That's what I want to know, because that's my out of the people that we talked about so far. I'm rocking with.
We just said it. We We supposed to be on another candidate. Basically, we said he need a great support system. He need a support system.
That was Christian Parker. We ain't did.
Oh shit, my bad. Go ahead.
Nah. Let me start with Daronte, if y'all don't mind.
Go ahead.
I think with Daronte, you need to you got to go veteran, intelligent safety. Or you got to go the best safety in the draft class, because the scheme they run over there is so advanced, bro. You can't you got to concentrate on Wonderling scores. You got to get a guy that you know communicates. Like, safety becomes extremely important over there, bro. Like, if Harrison
Smith
is considering retiring, you try to talk him out of it and get him over here. I'm serious. Like, you got to be very, very safety conscious if you go after Daronte Jones. Like, because they not just dependent on talent, they dependent upon scheming you. Like, they the only him and Brian Flores are the most mad scientists currently in the NFL. They are the current masterminds of defense. You got that blitz rate?
Shit, hell yeah.
Hey, boss, you reminded me. I was thinking that you would never be able to say this term that way. How he was saying make stupid smart. Well, if the way you described it, we would need to make smart stupid. Get it? Because you're trying to dumb down something that's so advanced to the level of the players that you got. You know what I'm saying? So
but you don't have to worry about that with him.
I was about to ask the question.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be quick. I was just gonna ask this question. I know his scheme is complicated.
Yeah.
I just can't say that. I just can't believe that we got the dumbest players in the league. So is it the fact that we just didn't have somebody that had the capacity to teach that good? Or is it that they just don't have the intellect? I'm not buying the other one, though. I'm just telling you right now. I feel like the teacher can teach so good. Like, the greatest teachers, they can make some complex as hell sound like, and put it in layman's terms, you got it. Like, I know how great teaching is. My mama was a teacher. Like, if you can do it right, you can do it great.
So, like, you queued it up perfect because, they've been pushing Jim Leonhard so hard. Like, remember Bobby Bell did that montage about, oh, go, wow, he fits Shotty so perfect. Go look at, you heard Brian say, I need a teacher. Then they showed a clip of him. You need to be able to teach. Then they say you need a communicator. Then they showed a clip of him communicate. So I went and did the same thing with Daronte.
Yeah.
And when I looked and when I broke it down, he's a way better teacher than even Jim, but nobody talking about it.
He's a former teacher.
Because he's a former teacher. He's certified teacher. Like literally certified. Like you say, your mom. You feel me?
So I wouldn't even worry about the complexity of the scheme. If I got me a great teacher, I know he gonna relay the message, and he gonna have them playing that on one accord.
He's a great teacher. Like when you hear him explain how he knows how to mold teaching based on the person, he said he learned how to be a better NFL coach from high school. Like in terms of knowing how to customize the teaching to the person. So he was talking about, you got to know the type of people who learn through walkthroughs. You got to know the type of people who get it through whiteboards.
We all learn differently, right? And
facts.
When I taught high school football, or when I taught in the high schools here in Louisiana at Jeanneret and Franklin High School, you had to be a teacher. And so it wasn't just football. But I learned rather, the importance of lesson planning and how to present the message or the plan or the material to students. I'm not talking about football. I'm just talking about just high school students in general. But how to get the lesson plan so that they can comprehend this is what we're teaching, this is the objective of the day. And you have to do that to where it may be a tactile learning style. It may be tactile. Some people are visual, but the lesson plan has to be where it incorporates every student in that class learning style.
Right.
So something's going to have to be on the board, something's going to be visual, something's going to be hands-on, and you have to incorporate all that in that lesson plan, because if not, there's several kids in that classroom that they're not going to learn well that way. And so teaching helped me transition to football and coaching, to whereas some players learn best watching film. Some players learn best in walkthroughs. Some players have to actually do it several times to get it. And so when you're trying to figure out, or you're trying to install a defense, you want to try to make sure you incorporate every.
There you go.
Dope, man. Glad you pulled that up.
He basically was saying what I was saying.
That's why I said you laid it up perfectly. You know what I'm saying? You laid it up perfectly, bro. Like, so, and see, what, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, what frustrated me about most of the local coverage of this DC search is they have not spent enough time on Daronte at all. Like, I was watching him at the Senior Bowl, because, we cherry picking all of these guys. Like, I could tell the content space is way more invested in DC than we've ever been. Usually, I kind of leave that to Okoye. I leave that to Scott. We ain't doing that shit this year. We like, hell no, we doing our own homework. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's certain guys, they kind of got a knack for it. And you just, you hear their content, you already know it, right? They kind of naturally lean into that. So I was leaning into these guys heavier than I ever have in terms, and let me also be honest, I leaned into the DC search deeper this year because I missed diagnosed Eberflus.
Me too.
I was the guy calling him linebacker whisperer and looking at the macros and the numbers and shit like that. I didn't dig deep enough to see this train wreck coming. And I felt shame on myself because Cowboy Joe did. Cowboy Joe warned about all this before any of this happened with Eberflus, another content creator. He up and coming out of Dallas.
Salute to Cowboy Joe then.
Yeah, he warned about all of this with Eberflus because he actually went deep. And so I was going deep on Daronte. And so I was watching him at the Senior Bowl, bro. I got so angry, bro, because you know how Shoddy makes every coach greet every player before the practice, and they gotta touch every player. You know Daronte does that on his own.
Naturally.
Go look at the mic'd up when he at the Senior Bowl and watch how go watch the other coaches and watch him. You know what I mean? He on his own Let's put hands on him today, dapping up the whole deal. Let's put hands. He talking to he already got the spirit of Shotty, bro. You feel me? And it's like nobody covering this though, bro. And so when I was watching him, I was also watching because I'm also looking at your presence. And I'm trying to look at everything. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm watching him, I'm watching his presence. I did feel like he's soft-spoken. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, how does he coach? Because when he talked to him, he's like kind of, seems kind of soft-spoken. But when he coaches, he turns up, and that's like Shotty. When you see Shotty in the press conference, he's this. But then when you see Shotty, and Voch talked about this, like Voch out there, not Voch, Shotty out there, I don't give a fuck who started it. You know what I mean? It's different. But then shot in the press conferences, yeah, guys, he's professional.
He flipped the switch.
Funny. He switched so that's how he is. So to help him, because that was the question, I think you gotta also get a yin and a yang around him. If he's soft spoken, you gotta get you some kind of like other guys that's kind of like the rah-rah in your face guys. I think you would need something to balance him. You know what I'm saying? I don't want too much, in my opinion, kind of like softer presence. If I'm gonna help my DC, then I'm on at least with my DT coach or my linebacker. Somebody gotta have a massive amount of fire. Those are the ways that I think we should try to help Daronte if he end up being a guy.
Right, real quick, salute to George Boney. He said, for showing love again for my dog Ball. Salute to George, man, for blessing me with the cash app. And I agree though. Like I think and listen, I know we talked about Christian Parker, but I think it is similar with Daronte too. Just because he's a young up and coming coach, but he does not have a lot of experience calling plays. He had a year under his belt, at LSU. No experience at the NFL level. So guys like Orr, if he's not going to be the guy, guys, that we could bring in, they have the experience, that have some skins on the wall. You're gonna have to make that coaching staff though. But I also feel like because he's going, like if he's going to do the disguise scheme and he's going to put everybody at the line of scrimmage and shit like that, we already got the defensive tackles in the middle. Right, one of the areas where they can be successful is against the run because everybody's at the line of scrimmage and there's no second level to the defense. So sometimes they give us some explosives in the run game, but we got defensive tackles. What we do need though, like you mentioned, man, is that secondary. Yeah. You're going to need to improve not only your cornerback play but your safety play. So Minka, that 5th round pick that I think it'll cost to get him, you need to send it.
Yes.
Yeah. Even if it costs a 4th, send your 4th for Minka.
Yeah. You need a vet if you get Daronte.
Real shit. And listen, if it so happen to fall that way, you trade for Minka and Caleb Downs is there, you can double dip.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Land?
Yeah, I really feel the same way though. But like one red flag, like it could be me because I'm kind of old school, bro. But I just don't think a lot of men respond well to soft-spoken men. I just don't, because it's like it almost gives you a sense of like you scared. Shout out to George Boone on my side too. But it almost kind of gives you a sense like you're scared. It's hard to follow somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of times you can lead by example, but a defense that you're trying to build from scratch, they might need all of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Leading by example. They might need the motivational speeches. They might need the demeanor. And then the best defenses take the characteristics from who?
Their coach.
Their coach. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like you might need a radical type guy to come in and change this whole culture for this, as far as the defense go, bro. Like you need an enforcer. Yeah. I wouldn't be in favor of somebody who's soft spoken because I know how men are. Yeah. I feel like we'll test him.
And that's real.
I don't like that.
And I was concerned about the soft spoken presence. And let's also be honest. Let's talk
I'm
about
not
it.
saying that soft spoken means scared, but people can perceive it as being scared.
So let me explain. I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more too, because I don't think I elaborated good. And I'm gonna get another layer to it. Also, let's keep it real. He's a black man. So as a black man, you gotta be very careful when you trying to promote with all that fire shit. Cause that Christian Shaw stuff was cool until it got in your house. And then all of a sudden they start nitpicking him over that. You know what I'm saying? They start nitpicking. Now we don't want all of that. You see what I'm saying? So that as a black man, we all know that we gotta pick and choose when we express the passions. That's why when you get a chance, landlord, go look at him do interviews and then go watch him coach. Cause they show
Yeah.
both. So when you watch him coach, that's where you see, hey, I'm not seeing that communication out there. I'm not seeing that communication, guys. Where it's at? Where it's at? Where it's at? I ain't hearing it. Where you at? You hear
Yeah.
it. But then when you interviewing him, he like, yeah, what I have to do is be a guy that's going to present it in an organized fashion, and we're going to get the guys to get it. So that's why I see Shotty in him. I see a guy that's this way in the camera. Because if you watch him in front of it, put it like this: if you just watch Brian, because we had this talk, if you just listen to Brian Schottenheimer and all the I care shit, you'll start thinking he'll pussy. But then you paying attention to training camp and you see him making boys run, you getting tweets on, no, he ain't no pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I saw it from Vaj. Vaj was like, it's two shotties. It's two shotties. You know what I mean?
like that though. I
It's
like
press
that.
conference shotty, and then it's coach shotty. You know what I mean? And I think what it is I think he's one of those guys that I want to have a professional presence in on camera, but when I coach, you go see I ain't bullshitting with you. And I really watched him because I was trying to make sure I ain't smell that, like, you know what I mean, that soft
That weakness.
that
Yeah.
weed. Yeah.
Cause
So,
niggas look for it.
But yeah, we sharks, bro. We smell blood in the water. We gonna attack. So like to Vash's point, he said you got to be Tony Dungy to be
Yeah.
soft spoken and that good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I just think it's certain personalities and certain people in this sport that's not duplicable. Like you can't duplicate that shit. Like look at like I said, we said this beforehand.
With
You
Pete
can't
Carroll.
it ain't never be another Pete Carroll, bro. He's just a different kind of dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's certain stuff you can't duplicate. So I wouldn't be going around using that as the, you know what I'm saying? That's more of the exception opposed to the rule in that case. And like, listen, man, I know that it's a lot of people know, like the real ones know, the loudest dude in the room is scary. But at the same time, when you talking about in a format of leadership, and especially in a terrible situation like we in, like we got some misfits basically on defense right now. Like for real, we gotta get somebody to put them together, make them believe. They gotta buy in. Like which one, and then they gotta hit the ground running. So which style of coaching you think people will be quicker to buy into? Somebody coming in soft spoken and doing that, or somebody coming in here sounding confident and knowing what they want?
I don't think neither one matter as much as if you're a fair person. Like, as a player, and all of us played, who do we respect most? The coaches who just was loud, or because you can be loud and full of shit. I had them types. You know what I mean? You loud and you passionate, but you're abusive. You know what I mean? You mean. You embarrass your players.
Of course, there's pros and cons on both sides for sure.
So I'm saying, like I think because I'm all of this I'm relating to Daronte. So going to that same interview that you played, Henny. One of the parts in that interview that he talked about was, I tell all my players, I'm gonna be fair to you, but I'm gonna treat some of y'all different based on the cachet that you've had in the league. So he told his guy straight up, you're not gonna be treated like Harrison Smith. That's fair though. And he didn't bullshit him. So it was already understood. He go get more cachet. He is. You know what I mean? He like Troy Polamalu. I remember what's his name that just stepped down?
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin told Troy, he said, "You make some of the dumbest ass plays schematically, but you make it work, so I don't fuck with you." You know, so he gave him leeway because of the cachet and the fairness, and that's what I sense about Daronte. And then I don't know if I said this, but if you get Daronte, you gotta look at these guys Wonderlinks, bro. And usually I'm not that type. You know what I mean? Usually I'm like, fuck all that stuff. You gotta look at Wonderlinks with him, bro. Because I've played with players, and all of us have. If you played, I don't care where you played. Like for instance, LandLord, I know you're a smart player. I know you would be a smart player. Just me and you doing content. You would be the guy that the coach don't gotta tell 2 and 3 times. But LandLord, I know you don't play with dumb players.
Yeah, for sure.
They dope, but they dumb.
It's hard to evaluate football too, bro. Cause like we see players do this all the time too. They'll do that shit 100 times right in practice and then go in the game and screw it up.
Yeah, you can't have you gotta really like it's gonna put pressure on the scout team if you get Daronte, bro. Like your scouting team, Will McClay and them gonna have to get the right type of guys, bro. Like for real. I
hate it. He gonna have to fix it and coach him up in 1 year. That might be making him not attractive to me far as the head coaching go, bro. I mean the DC go. Yeah, because I'm kind of scared. Can he do all that and have them operating at a good enough level in 1 year?
Yeah, he can do it.
Okay.
You just gotta staff him right. You can't go in there as a draft room and scouting room and draft without having a particular full knowledge of what he needs for his scheme. So like I heard Brian Brothers, he says like a lot of times he would want the scouting to almost be independent, the coaches. And from his experience, that might make sense. In this experience, I would hate it. You feel me? Because it's like you got to be really glued into his type. Because if you go get the guy that's dope on tape but dumb as hell, you never go get the full back end. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't gonna be able to do it. They gonna be fucking up. It's almost like what was happening when you had Turpin and Tolbert in Kellen Moore's system. They couldn't play because it was too advanced.
They ain't gonna get that digit system.
They couldn't get that digit system. So when they was running all them option routes and having to read the defense and be on the same page with Dak, Turpin ass was on the bench. Tolbert was offside. And I understood because it's like you going through this whole checklist in your head. You know what I mean? Like you can't go be free. So you needed to have somebody like you gotta really gotta lock in. So like and Shotty talked about this. When he was talking about the advantages of Flores and Daronte, he was talking about that they give veteran guys because of the complexity of what they do. So that's why Henny, in my opinion, hit the nail on the head and basically bullseye that bitch when he said Minka Fitzpatrick. That would make and see some people would think Henny was crazy because he said give up a fort because he old.
But that's around the market value, man. Yeah, I seen it. He said Turpin can't read. I didn't know he couldn't count.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, Turpin.
Yeah, they were about saying.
Yeah.
So but down Henny, like some people, like if you said that on Twitter, people would think you was crazy. But if you said like they'd be like, man, you give up a 4 for a 30-year-old. In this situation,
hell yeah.
In this situation, yeah, because I need a vet guy that can get my younger guys up to speed too. You know what I mean? You got to think through a whole type of different dynamic if you get Daronte.
Hold on, I'm gonna poll that shit on here. I want to know: would you give up a 4th
for Minka?
For Minka Fitzpatrick?
Make sure you put Daronte on there. They go trash you. Or you asking it like that? They ain't gonna even think it's that. Yeah, that's a good question.
I would, cause I've been needing a range of safety for years. I still think Minka can go sideline to sideline, at least, especially better than what we got.
Yeah, he definitely still a better athlete than Malik Hooker is at this point in his career.
And I think Minka.
He one of them small, undersized guys. You know, they keep their athleticism a little longer. Seem like, don't like just like Steph, they just keep their shit a little longer than everybody else.
And the fact that Minka done played like the nickel, you know what I'm saying? Like he's played a lot of that back end. It would make him like an ideal target for Daronte. So put it like this: if Daronte end up being the DC, the very next video I'm gonna do when he signed is why we need to get Minka.
Mm-hmm. He said he'd get him even if we didn't have Daronte. I probably would too, because I was thinking about trying to get the man. Because I told you we're gonna do the cap show, and try and find players to add to this team. Like he's one of the dudes I'm just keeping an eye on for his market value.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. There anybody? Oh yeah, you ain't tell me what you found out about Zach Orr.
Oh
yeah, you didn't tell me.
We didn't talk about that.
We didn't talk about that.
Okay, so I brought on another content creator from the Ravens, and so put it like this: I'm bringing on a content creator to talk about all the DCs that we've interviewed. Mm-hmm. So I got a guy for the Giants. I got a guy obviously from Minnesota. We doing that tomorrow, and I'm bringing on a guy from Gannon, and so that's Lord Brunson. So Lord Brunson, obviously Philly, knows Gannon. So
salute Lord Brunson too.
Because what I don't want to be guilty of, all of us have done this, is we get the new coach, we feeling good, so all our content is optimism instead of realism. I made that mistake. I raised my hand and said I did that with Eberflus.
You can get 2 for 1 from him too with the Christian Parker dude too.
Damn, I ain't think of that. Yeah, right.
Please ask him about both.
I will. And I already saw he want Christian. He said he want us to get Gannon. So would that tell you everything? He like, oh yeah. He said, man, y'all get
He don't
Gannon.
want us to prosper.
Yeah, he don't want us to get Parker, but he wants us to get Gannon. So that should tell you. But so I brought the guy on, bro. To make a long story short, he really kind of put a lot of holes in order. You know what I mean? Because it's like Kellen Moore. When people get Kellen Moore, they love it. Mm-hmm. When we hear Kellen Moore going, we laughing at them.
Got you.
So that's what he did. He kind of woke me up a little bit. Wake your ass up. It's not as good as you think. But I would also say, from kind of listening to him, he has very high standards as well. So like when he told me, yeah, it's more than that, because he it's also individually he has high standards, almost too high. All of us have had women you can't please. Mm-hmm. He almost was like that, where it's like you on my ass. You know what I'm saying? You a little bit on my ass. Like for instance, when he said our GM ain't worth shit. I was like, the Ravens, dog? That's y'all GM is going to the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean?
He one of the best in the business, right?
We all know that, right? But that showed me his thinking. So I went back and told everybody, even though he was tough, don't swing the pendulum too far against Orr. Because I had Orr number one until I talked to him. But when he kind of really broke him down, like, I was like, okay, I see that he was talking about the conservative side of Orr. And some of that stuff I didn't quite agree with, because I know from the numbers that he has high blitz rates and high man rates. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about playing too much zone. And I'm like, nah, we already broke him down. His man rates is much higher than most people. So I already was able to pick apart when he was being a little bit too tough. So, but it made me do this after talking to him, because I didn't just want to talk to him about Orr. I want to talk to him about defense, because that's the Ravens, bro. The Ravens is the standard of defense, bro. So I was like, all right, and just kind of breaking them down. What I got out of that conversation is that I need to put a little bit more stock in DC experience. So what that made me do, just to be honest, it made me drop Parker, but it made me raise up Jim Leonhard. You know what I mean? So the more DC experience and success I saw, the more I raised your stock after I listened to a guy who was really breaking down the Ravens defense.
Right, because
So that's
Orr was a young DC. That was his first stint calling plays and everything. Those 2 years there.
yeah. And the last thing I say about that interview this morning I had with him is very insightful. If y'all ain't checked it out, go check it out. It's on the channel. Is he also said that he do believe that or over time or even pretty quickly it could click for him. He said the problem is, he said he has never been no DC at all on no level.
Correct.
So when he was saying what he was saying, that made me start taking marks off the DCs that we looking at without the DC experience, like Park.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It didn't click for them, so he don't feel like that's something that translates.
He said
I'm
it,
kinda-
he said it
I'm kinda
could.
that.
He said it could, but me listening to a guy that's familiar with and they heavily invested in the defense, that just kind of made me reshape my board. Just like we do in the draft. You know what I mean? Like you'll have a guy here in the draft, then they'll run their 40. And it's not that you knock them down. You just might say, okay, damn, let me put them a little bit up because that was more than or boy, you slow as fuck. So I gotta, you know what I mean? I ain't putting my job on the line for your ass, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what he did is he make me say, I'm not putting my job on the line for him.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick.
Okay.
Do y'all see because y'all know my standard right now. This shit got to be damn near a flawless victory. More to come back.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? For this shit to work out the way we need it to.
Mhm.
All right. Do y'all view it as problematic for those coaches that has never done this before? Are y'all willing to take that on? And do y'all think that's a viable option? Because I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie. Hearing that the way you just said it, Ian, that's terrifying. He has never played. He has never called plays
At any
on
level.
any level. That's horrifying to
for
me.
Christian Parker.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's terrifying to me. So I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm kind of afraid of that. So do y'all view that type of stuff, the inexperience of these coaches, as problematic?
Most of them are going to be inexperienced because it's a give or take in it.
Yeah.
If you want a nigga that done did it, they done failed somewhere else. That's why they're available.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or if you want somebody that's young, up and coming, hot shot, you gonna take the risk on the inexperience for the upside. It just you wish that you had somebody like a Brian Flores that you could grab where it's both. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still young.
He checked all the boxes.
He's still young as hell. He's already won Super Bowls. He's from that pedigree. He's just the perfect nigga that they made in the lab. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. So what about you, boss? You feel the same way?
Yeah, kind of. And to add to it, what he said, I think it's a big old depends on it, right? So, for instance, IQ is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
People that's more prone to be tacticianers is real too. Perfect example, Kellen Moore. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Kellen Moore was one of them dudes that even when he was playing football, people were saying, you're going to be a future coach, bro. You know what I mean? Like, John Gruden. I want people to go watch that John Gruden interview, you know what I'm saying, what he did with Kellen Moore when he was coming out of Boise State. And go really peep what John Gruden was doing. He wasn't interviewing him. He was stealing his secrets.
Mm.
He was asking him about that Boise State system, and he was trying to figure out how they was running this system and this complex system. He was even trying to get that silent snap count now. And if you really look at what John Gruden was doing, he was picking them apart. So if I'm talking to Parker and I have concerns about could he call plays, I'm gonna drill his ass on a whiteboard. I'm gonna whiteboard his ass to death. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of scenario questions just to make sure he doesn't have no brain fart ass moments, right? Because like if you talking to Kellen at any time, right? And I'm just keeping it real, and you asking him a football question, he gonna just be on some like. If you talk to another potential OC and you ask him football questions, it's gonna be
shit.
So
they start snap their finger trying to think.
yeah. So to me, LandLord, we should be looking at it, but we also, to me, hopefully Dallas knows how to really test his readiness. You know what I mean?
That discernment. We need
Yeah.
discernment in this matter.
Discernment
Facts.
and like test drive them. Hey, it's 3rd and 6. We're in this scenario. What are you thinking right now to kind of stop this situation? They've been doing this and this and this and this and all day. What would kind of stop them and get them off that? What would you do to kind of stop on momentum? What would you do to, like, what do you do when you have a guy that's like this? What do you have? A guy just went down, he injured, and then you got to bring in this guy like this. How would you protect them? Or would you change your scheme for a guy if he just got injured? Or is your system player dependent or scheme dependent? Like, I'm asking him so many questions, but I'm more so watching how he think.
Yeah, and how fast, how quick he is on his feet.
Yeah, how quick he is on his feet. If he's sitting there cool, like, and just knocking it out with good answers too, not just answers like shit that make you say, "Damn,"
showing poise and
like
press you in that. Yeah,
because it's some people like, okay, I'm gonna give you a perfect example, and y'all go, I'll agree with me. You know who I would trust, even though he's young on some schematic shit?
Who?
Lou.
Who?
Lou.
I'm sorry, Lou?
Lou Takes.
Oh, our nigga. Oh, yeah, okay. That's
and I'm talking about young ass Lou, but look at Lou background. Was a chess player and in a chess state champion since he was 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Lou right now finna have his PhD. Lou right now is an engineer. Lou ain't
smart young man.
Lou different. You know who else I would trust on some schematic shit? Who? Just on knowing them? The OC. Like, I'm just saying, like, that's why I'm saying it depends. Like, if I'm talking to you and you come across like the OC, you come across like Lou, I feel a whole lot comfortable. If you come across like me, next candidate.
The thing about it is, that was funny though. He cooked. But look, the thing about it is, I'm looking at it the same way. Like, if you take that swing, that's gonna be a ballsy, bold swing. I'm not gonna hold you. In this situation right here, shot it. Oh wee. He gonna have to flex on this one. If he empower one of these young DCs who never done it before and say, "Here go the keys to the Lambo," and it's a hit, oh, we gonna be like, boy, Shotty is the man.
That's my nigga right there.
We gonna be like, Shotty is the man. But on the other side, we gonna be like, bruh.
Shotty gonna get fired.
Shotty gotta go. We gonna be looking at this like, so that's why I'm a little afraid of that situation, just a little bit. Now I'm a gambler though. I'm a gambler. So if I feel like I can bet on him, I bet on him. You know what I'm saying? If that's my guy, you gotta wholeheartedly have a little blind faith in your guy. You gotta say, bruh, I know what the guy looked like, and I looked at his birth certificate and it had HIM on that motherfucker. That's him right there. I know who he is. You got to be confident and walk in that confidence and say, okay, I trust my evaluation of this guy. Here go the keys. And it just gonna have to be right. That's the only thing. You're gonna have to be right. Because just to be honest, everybody was inexperienced until they wasn't.
Right.
You remember before, it was a time where Sean McVay never called plays.
Yeah.
He was just under Shanahan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, boom, world, here goes Sean McVay.
Yep. You gave him that opportunity. Took out.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. We just got to make sure it's right. That's all.
And another guy that kind of got that profile, that's Jim Linhart. He does have that Kellen Moore-ish profile, right?
Mm-hmm.
I try to make sure that it's not good old boy shit though. You know what I mean? Like where, you know, or group think shit, like to where, you know how it is. We see this in the draft. Everybody start talking about a player, then all of a sudden everybody love a player. Then you really look at that player for yourself. You'd be like, why they hyping this motherfucker? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I did that with that tight end out of Notre Dame. I forgot his name. I knew he wasn't shit. I forgot his name. Mayer. People thought I was crazy, but they were hyping him. He the clear number one tight end. He's Gronk.
No, the fuck he what?
I went and looked, and I'm like, that slow-footed ass dude ain't getting no goddamn separation. You telling me you finna put him around better athletes and he gonna turn up? You out your fucking mind. But it was already loud. You know what I'm saying? But Jim, I do think it's real. I do. Especially because he promoted fast with Sean Payton, bro.
You know what this is?
And
you know what this remind me of?
Yeah, that's why I know he the truth. Like when Sean Payton took him early from here to assistant head coach, man, Sean Payton is the asshole, bro.
What you finna say, Lynn?
This remind me of the stock market, bro. This remind me of the stock market. No lie. We looking for the next Netflix. We looking for the next Apple. We looking for the next you know what I'm saying, Amazon. We looking for while it was still selling books and tablets and shit. You remember that Amazon? We trying to find that guy. It was a good company, but we didn't know what the potential was gonna lead to. And then boom, they exploded into this multi-billion-dollar corporation. We looking for that in the sense of one of these young play callers that's starting with peanuts. We want him to blossom into something incredible. And you just got to pick the right one. You got to pick the right one. That's the challenging part of it. You got to pick the right one.
I agree. I damn sure agree. Now, were there any other candidates that we needed to see how to make this shit work with? Because we talked about Gannon. We talked about Brother Daronte. We didn't talk about Zach Orr because you shot him. But what if it was
quick,
Zach Orr? Go ahead.
I just thought about something. The only way you will be able to predict one of those stocks if you believe in it. So you got to believe in them. That's the only way you would have been right. Go ahead.
Nah, you're right. I 1,000% agree with that. Because it's blind faith at that point. There was nothing tangible to say that shit would have worked.
Facts. Nobody's seen Apple coming, bro. Nobody's seen these Tesla coming like the way to where they are now.
To this extent, hell yeah.
Yeah, like if everybody saw that, everybody would be rich right now. Nobody saw Bitcoin exploding like it did. Man, you remember that story? I don't know if y'all know that story. Now, I'm relating this to football, by the way. But the Bitcoin story, y'all remember that?
About dude begging everybody to buy Bitcoin?
No, this dude he bought like 2 or 3 pizzas with Bitcoin, boy.
I did.
Before it went crazy. All my life, bro. He went to the pizza shop and paid in Bitcoin, boss. He pays for some pizza in Bitcoin. I forgot how much they said it would be equivalent to these days. But man, we need something like that. You gotta believe in it, bro. Like nobody saw that happening like that. Nobody. Like they this cryptocurrency, that's not gonna last. It's illegal. It's decentralized. Nobody's gonna put any money into that. Boom, explosion.
Right. Now, what I was going to ask, because I know you shot Zach Orr, but if he was the choice, and we ain't heard him get a second interview yet, nothing like that, but if he was the choice, what we going to do for Zach Orr to make it work with Cuz?
So, the funny thing about Orr, man, and I tried to explain this, man, it's like, ain't nobody that's eating crackers every day go be mad at Malone. So, our defense was fucking crackers, bro. We 32. You know what I'm saying? So, but Orr at his worst, this is what I want to explain to people. Orr had his worst, and we would be in the playoffs right now, still playing. People need to think about what I just said. Orr at his worst. Like, see, Orr to the Ravens ain't shit. Why? They defense always elite. So if you go down to 10 or 12, they like, yeah, you ain't shit. Will we take 12 right now?
Fuck yes.
Hell yeah.
And that's a success. We're
in the Super Bowl with 12.
Damn, we said the same Super Bowl.
That's what I said. If we had Orr right now, with what he did, we would still be playing. So, but then this is the downside. Orr also has the most expensive defense. So that means that the answer to the question, you better invest and you better get everything right. So you gotta go heavy talent, bro. You gotta go heavy talent. You gotta, your scout team gotta hit this year and next year. And I would expect it to take a couple of years. You gotta get Orr dogs, because he gonna coach you to at least 12. He gonna coach you to at least 12. 12 is his floor, which all of us we will be praising everything you worship. If it's Allah, Jesus, if you worship cereal, you will be praying to it, bro. If we had 12 right now, if Dak Nim had 12, can you imagine Dak Nim with 12 with how they was playing, dog?
They won.
I
They
think we'll be.
won
I
7.
think we'll be there smack dab in the middle with 15. If we was the 15th ranked defense, we'll still be playing.
Yeah.
To
So
your point, the Bears are the 24th ranked defense. They moved on.
How much they giving up a game?
Like 24.
And you putting up 30 a game, you'll be still playing.
And see, that's why I was trying to explain to people, don't let that interview you heard this morning overswing your pendulum to the other way against or either. Because I think that's starting to happen. Like, they think they heard that interview where that guy was kind of tough on Or.
I seen it.
It's like
I seen people saying it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I told them I ain't watched it yet, but we were going to talk about it on the show.
Yeah, and see, and
what they said.
They like I'm out on Or
Yeah,
now. You seen both show? But no, he ain't it. Like, all right.
See, what they did is they made Or from that talk.
I seen a bunch of people say it.
Yeah, because I knew it went too far. When I looked at my comments and I saw people, he sounded like Evil Flus. I was like,
hell.
Nah, he not Evil Flus. Hell nah. Like, Evil Flus is like eating ants every day to survive. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
You overheard eating dirt, and if you can go out to you drinking water out the commode, you know? Nah. Unflushed. Nah, that's trash. Like so that's what I'm trying to do is bring us back to balance on Or. So yes, I did drop him like a draft. He ran his 40. Or I would say we brought in an expert witness. You don't bring in an expert witness and then ignore the goddamn expert witness. You don't do that, right? So, but I'm not gonna go so far as to just throw him in the trash because a guy with high standards with a history of great defense don't see him as enough. We gotta consider it. It's almost like if you've always been a stud player, dude who getting every woman he wink at, don't hold yourself when you ugly as hell. Standards, right?
Gotcha.
He able to get the 10 and then let her go and go get another 10. Your ugly ass can't. You know what I mean?
If you get a 10, hold on to it for the rest of your life.
You
boy.
better hold on to that.
That is the 10 that God sent to you.
That's the 10 that God sent to you. So I'm not out on Or, but I also know if you go make Or work, it's gonna be talent dependent.
Bet. Well, listen, we're at the 2-hour mark now, man. We're at the 2-hour mark. We're gonna wrap it up. We appreciate everybody for coming in, showing love, and showing out. And listen, if anything else happens down the line, if anything else happens in between now and the end of the day, you'll see my black ass again. You know what I'm saying? But on the way out, man, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button on everybody's page. Make sure y'all hit the share button on everybody's page. Make sure y'all hit these cash apps that's up here, man. Support your independent content creators. Show some love. And, do y'all got anything y'all want to add, bro?
If y'all just not coming in, y'all got to rewind this one because I think this was a great show. I think we did a dope deep dive into all of these defensive coordinator candidates. And we told a lot of pros, a lot of cons, and how to figure out how to win with them, how to be successful with them. I think we did a great job at that. So make sure y'all rewind this and rewatch this, like this, share this. I think there's some good information on the topic. I really do.
I agree. Boss?
Man, you know my last word. You should say it for me.
What's that, man? Never look down?
Nah, hell no.
What's up?
Fuck Gannon.
Oh, yeah, fuck Gannon.
Yeah,
fuck Jared, too, for even bringing him in.
Yeah, that's my last word. Let's get him the fuck out, bro. Like, I hate that they even interviewing him, bro. That's an insult to me, bro. And it scares me. So, I would want people to join the campaign. The campaign is hashtag. Is it any way for us to throw that up real quick?
Hell yeah. Hold that thought. No Jonathan Gannon. This the hashtag.
We gotta push him out, y'all. And this is why. My final word is this: Jerry basically fully admitted at the final press conference that he liked his coaching.
Book broke.
Yeah, yeah, for lack of better words. He basically said that's why he liked the redemption story. And then he sold it as like that's what the NFL is about, redemption, with players and coaches. But we ain't done. We really know that you get a better price when you get them dudes coming from a hard place. So, and when you understand that, you understand now why he said it was super hard to get. One of the hardest decisions was to get rid of Eberflus because he's broken. And those broken coaches have the best prices. So you was able to get a Super Bowl coach that was coming from a broken place in Mike McCarthy for $5 million. When every other coach is costing 10, 11, and the top coaches costing 12, 13. You was able to get Brian Schottenheimer at $4.5 million because he was broken. He needed a job. So you was able to promote him. I'm gonna just say this, Frank. You wrong as fuck for him being 4.5. You wrong as fuck. Cause see, Brian is showing right now he the shit. I don't care what nobody say. Brian is showing he the shit. Is he perfect? No. But they got him. So the fact that they got Gannon, it show you that he's going for his type, in my opinion. And then it's hypocritical and it's super insulting to leak out there that Brian Flores is unqualified and don't fit the culture that you've built, but yet you're publicly flirting with a guy who punched his own player. How dare you do that to us and insult us with this type of shit? The fact that Eberflus mentored him, you shouldn't even bring that. We are scorned, Jerry. That's low-key fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Your fan base is scorned as hell, and you bringing a clone of Eberflus around us, bro. Shit, that's fucked up. It's upsetting, bro. So before we even talk about the great candidates we can get, we got to make sure we get the council that might end up being our DC out this bitch. So, and we frying them on Twitter, ain't we, bro? We frying them. And I dare y'all go click on the hashtag no Jonathan Gannon. That hoe is lit. You know what I mean? Because we trying to get that up to 1 million impressions. We trying to let Dallas front office know we ain't gonna be hype over this, man. Matter of fact, we gonna be if you want to turn all the optimism off, cause ain't no way. I don't care how good you try to spin it. Ain't no way. Now suckers go by. People that just want to hear good news is, oh man, y'all give them a chance. Them type motherfuckers, they go buy that shit. But people who really study this shit and really put in time, and then you got the nerve to try to put a dude who punched his own player, but tell me Brian Flores don't fit your culture, you playing with me. And I don't want to be played with, bro. This is something that I love. This is my fucking city. This is my team that I only know, that my family only knows. So my final word is fuck Gannon and hashtag no Gannon. No Jonathan Gannon, his whole name.
And to answer the paper question in the chat, no, George Pickett's not been signed yet. It needs to happen. And fuck Jonathan Gannon, man.
For real.
All right, that's all I gotta say, man. God bless America. God bless the Cowboys. And we out this bitch, man. I'm holler at y'all.